Knock, knock. Terminal Tom calling.
The critically acclaimed TV series Succession introduces us to a cast of complex and multifaceted characters. Among them is Tom Wambsgans, who is portrayed by Matthew Macfadyen, and he truly stands out as one of the most uniquely intriguing characters on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be diving into what makes Tom Wambsgans such an intriguing character and examine his significant role in the narrative of the show. If you like the sound of that, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more Succession deep dives and other TV show reviews. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
Right. Perfect.
Tom Wambsgans is far, far from a one-dimensional character. From his very first introduction as a seemingly subordinate and naive individual, he evolves into a complex persona. Tom's layers unfold as we witness his ambitions, insecurities, and the lengths that he will go to climb the corporate ladder, which really amalgamates to an amazing finale of this show. And by the way, because of that, there's obviously going to be spoilers in this video. You see, Tom Wambsgans literally stops at nothing to get a higher stature in Waystar Royco. I mean, the amount of times we've seen him shift allegiances in this show alone has truly been something that has created such a genuinely awesome character arc. And all in all, I genuinely think that makes for incredible TV. You see, following someone like that, where we don't know what we're gonna get because he always has his own self-interest in mind, but at the same time, he's insecure and he has some naive moments in his line of work. It really creates this amazing, just like wild card in the group.
Wild card, bitches!
Even though he's not as crazy as someone like Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's wild card, he still acts as the show's wild card. He is the individual that we don't know what's going to happen with him. He's not a Roy, but he is not no one, if that makes any sense. He's dating Shiv. He's married to Shiv at some point in the show. And all of those layers just create such a multifaceted individual. It really is truly amazing to see. But obviously, that also creates another really important element that makes Tom Wambsgans work so well on TV, and that's his moral ambiguity. You see, one of the most compelling aspects to Tom Wambsgans is his moral ambiguity. It's nearly on an every episode basis that we see him struggle with his personal ethics and the cutthroat world of the corporate culture. As he faces sometimes the most treacherous dynamics of the Roy family, Tom faces dilemmas that inevitably challenge his values, ultimately blurring the lines between right and wrong. That internal struggle humanizes him, making viewers like myself really question their own moral compass. And I gotta say, it kind of makes for some really funny moments, especially when he's with Greg Egg.
I got you.
And I think that makes up another really compelling aspect to Tom overall, and that's his comedic relief. So obviously, him as well as Greg play the comedic relief within the show. They're both I honestly think the best parts of the show because they're funny, they're smart, they're ruthless, just as ruthless in my opinion as someone like Logan, just in a different way. And it's really great to see because when they have those moments of their own downfalls, it's so hilarious because they usually fight each other, but specifically Tom in general. Obviously, everyone knows Greg to be the funny character and stuff like that, but Tom just has this like unique way of the way he talks where he says things like, "Hey Greg," like he has this like funny Luffy like personality about him, and I truly think that makes for something amazing on screen.
Thank you for the chicken.
So while Succession's known for its really jaw-dropping drama at certain moments, there is no doubt that the show is just as equally a comedy. And Tom specifically brings the strongest element of that, like I've been saying. Through his eccentric behavior, awkward remarks, and clueless charm, Tom lightens literally any scene he's in, and he truly makes for what I think to be probably the best character in the show. And I've never said that out loud, but I've kind of always thought that in the background. So now I'm admitting, I I think Tom's probably my favorite character in the show. You see, his comedic brilliance adds levity to the series, showcasing the show's best attributes. Like, truly, I think the show is at its best when we're watching Tom go through something and take it out on Greg. I think it's, like, honestly, the best part of any show ever. It's so funny. And speaking of taking it out on Greg, another thing that makes Tom Wambsgans such a special character is his dynamic relationships with the other characters in the show. Tom's impact on Succession is amplified by his relationship with the characters around him. His relationship to Shiv specifically creates a really unique dynamic between the Roy family as well as Tom and his insecurities. It creates a really interesting power dynamic and mutual manipulation on different levels between Shiv and himself. And Tom's interaction with the Roy family at large, considering he is going to be a brother-in-law to them, it really is interesting because he creates certain alliances with certain characters when it becomes appropriate, and it really makes for this compelling piece. And that ultimately leads to the really big betrayals that we saw both at the end of season 3 and at the end of season 4, where Tom became the new CEO of Waystar Royco, at least in the United States. And then the best part about that is he gets in the car with Shiv and tries to hold her hand. It really is great to see that. He literally just single-handedly had everything handed to him on a silver platter because of his power dynamics with the Roys, and it's just so cool. And lastly, the thing that I think that makes Tom one of the most interesting characters in this show and any show at large is how he serves such a significant mirror into the ruthless world of corporate culture here in America. And the funniest thing to me is that his name alone, Tom Wambsgans, literally is like the most corporate name I've ever heard. I work in a corporate office, so I feel like I've met people named Tom Wambsgans, like literally. And it's just funny. I feel like the writers literally struck lightning in a bottle with that name because it just fits him and his ruthless nature so well. I don't know what about it screams corporate, but to me, it's like when you look at someone and you're like, oh, I think that guy's name is Joe, and his name is Joe. Oh, I think Tom Wambsgans is in corporate. Like that's how it feels to me. But really, as an ambitious outsider of the Roy family, Tom's experiences reflect the challenges that most of us do feel on a spiritual level in the corporate world. There's a lot of us who are striving for success in a really cutthroat corporate environment, and Tom is really the perfect surrogate, along with Greg, which I'm going to do another video all about Greg because I have so many thoughts on him. But both of them are really our foils into this corporate cutthroat world, and a lot of us can relate to that. Overall, his character explores themes of power, loyalty, and the compromises individuals make for themselves and the people around them to climb that corporate ladder. And my God, does it make for really incredible TV. Now, I know a lot of people out there were disappointed to see that it wasn't Kendall who sat on the throne at the end of Succession, and a lot of people weren't happy overall that it was Tom, but I think everyone can agree that it made the most sense that it was Tom. I don't think there's anyone out there debating that in the end of the day. I think it makes sense. I mean, he really was ruthless. He really had his own self-interest in mind at the end of the day, and he deserves it. He was a really good lapdog for a long time in the beginning of the show. He paid his dues, he learned a lot, he absorbed, and he really became the best version of himself by the end. And it was truly satisfying to watch, and I'm definitely not one of those people who had a problem with it. I thought it was awesome. But overall, those are some of the many reasons that Tom Wambsgans is one of the most compelling characters in TV and how they crafted really the perfect support character in the show. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a like rating and subscribe for more Succession videos. I told you I'm going to make that Greg one. I'm going to put it on the list. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to do it. And there's also going to be other Succession stuff and other shows and things like that, so look out for all of that. And again, be sure to give this video a like rating if you liked it and subscribe for more. And with all of that out of the way, thanks again so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Or should I say,
Fuck off.
Hey everyone, thank you once again so much for watching this video. I truly hope you liked it. And just so you know, I'm very active on the Twitter landscape. So if you want to follow me there, I'm going to put the link to it here and in the description. So go check me out there. I'm literally always tweeting. So yeah, it's like a new thing. I absolutely love it. And also, these videos take a very long time to make, and your contribution to that would mean the world. I would really appreciate it if you checked out my Patreon. I'm going to put the link to that in the description. With that out of the way, I'm probably never going to mention that again, but I just had to bring that up here. So thanks again for watching. I hope to see you soon, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.